Welcome, curious minds, to The Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into a topic that might sound a bit niche, maybe, but it's actually super important in the tech and automation world.
That's right.
Sometimes the biggest stories are kind of hidden in these, specific market reports.
Exactly. Hit it in the numbers.
And we're here to turn up the volume on that, explore what it all means. Our subject today, the global IO-Link master market. Our mission. Well, it's to cut through all that raw data, pull out the key insights, maybe find some surprising facts.
And get to the why.
And crucially, get to the why it matters behind all these, frankly, pretty impressive figures.
Absolutely. And this deep dive, it's really all about giving you a clear picture, a quantitative look at this market, where it's been, where it is now, and importantly, where it's projected to go.
Right.
We'll show you where the big growth is happening globally and try to understand why. Get a solid handle on this critical sector.
Definitely. And before we really jump into those numbers, maybe it's worth quickly defining IO-Link master, just for anyone who isn't, living and breathing industrial automation.
Good call. Let's do that.
Okay, so when we talk about IO-Link, think of it like a standard way for factory sensors and actuators, the devices doing the work, to talk.
A common language.
Exactly, a smart language. They talk to each other and they talk back to the main control system. Now, the master part, that's the hub.
The central point.
Right. It lets these smart devices send back more than just simple on-off signals. They can send rich data, diagnostics, process info.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. It's what really makes them smart and connected. A real cornerstone of Industry 4.0.
Perfectly put. It's the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Turns those, previously dumb devices
Yeah.
into intelligent data points
Right.
there on the factory floor. Okay, so with that context, let's look at the demand. These numbers are something else.
Okay, let's unpack this right from the top. The global IO-Link master market, it's on a truly remarkable path. We saw revenues, around $6.5 billion back in 2021?
6.46, yeah.
Okay, $6.46 billion. And that wasn't a blip. It nearly doubled to over $12.5 billion by 2025.
12.52 billion. Huge jump.
But here's where it gets, really eye-opening. Looking ahead, by 2033, this market projected to hit a staggering $47 billion.
7.8 million to be exact. It's just massive growth.
That's a huge leap in just over a decade.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is the compound annual growth rate. The CAGR stands at nearly 18%.
Wow.
17.992%. And, to put that in perspective for everyone, that CAGR tells you the average growth each year over that whole period.
So it's not just one good year.
Exactly. It shows sustained momentum, how consistently it's expanding year after year. It's not just a snapshot. And look, a CAGR of almost 18%, that isn't just growth. That's rapid, almost exponential adoption within the industrial sector. We're talking about the market nearly quadrupling in size in less than a decade, just from 2025 to 2033.
Quadrupling.
Yeah. This isn't just a trend. It feels more like a fundamental shift, towards smarter, data-driven manufacturing.
That really frames the global picture.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, so now let's kind of zero in on the regions, see how this is playing out across the world. Let's start with North America.
Okay.
This region shows, incredibly strong performance, a big slice of that global pie.
Mm-hmm.
The IO-Link master market here, it was valued over $2.1 billion in 2021, climbed to over $4 billion by 2025.
4.05 billion, yeah.
And by 2033, it's forecasted to hit, an impressive $14.6 billion.
14.63 billion, growing at a CAGR of about 17.4%.
17.4%. So how does that fit into the broader North American industrial scene?
Well, that 17.4% CAGR, it's slightly under the global average, but look, it's still exceptionally strong, really strong.
Yeah.
It suggests maybe a more mature industrial base that's systematically upgrading. They're not just building new factories, maybe, but integrating IO-Link into existing complex setups. Think advanced manufacturing, automotive, aerospace, places where data is king.
Right, optimizing what's already there.
Optimizing what's there and building smarter new facilities too, of course.
So if we dig into the specific countries, does the data tell us who's really leading the charge within North America?
It does. The U.S. is clearly the dominant force just in terms of sheer market size. Forecast is around $11.7 billion by 2033,
Okay.
growing at a solid 17.3% CAGR. But what's interesting, Look at Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller market in total value, obviously, but it's actually slightly outperforming the U.S. in terms of growth rate. It's got an 18.1% CAGR.
Huh. Why might that be?
Well, it could be a few things. Maybe specific government pushes for, smart factory adoption. Or perhaps really rapid investment in automation in their resource industries, mining, oil and gas places, where boosting efficiency and safety is critical, especially remotely.
Where that data connectivity is.
Exactly. And Mexico is also showing really strong growth, 17.6% CAGR. That reflects its, growing manufacturing sector and how it's integrating more into global supply chains.
That's a great point, how those specific national drivers make a difference. Okay, let's hop across the Atlantic. Europe.
Right.
A continent with obviously a long industrial history. How is it using IO-Link Master to stay competitive, stay innovative? The European market, valued over $1.5 billion in 2021, rose to nearly $2.9 billion in 2025.
2.867 billion.
And expected to hit over $10.4 billion by 2033. The CAGR there, about 17.5%.
17.535%. Yeah, and that's a crucial question, isn't it? For Europe, that consistent growth, that significant market share, it really underlines how valuable IO-Link is, even in these really well-developed economies.
It's not just for new markets.
Not at all. It's not just about brand new factories. It's maybe even more about optimizing what's already there.
Yeah.
You've got loads of European manufacturers retrofitting IO-Link onto older machines.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, to get that real-time data, extend the machine's life, boost efficiency, all without massive new spending. It fits perfectly with things like Germany's Industry 4.0 initiative.
Right.
IO-Link is fundamental to that.
You mentioned Germany and Industry 4.0, and looking at the numbers here, Germany really stands out.
It absolutely does.
Right.
Germany's leading Europe with the highest regional CAGR, an impressive 18.4%.
18.369, yeah.
Right. And like we said, no surprise, given Industry 4.0, IO-Link is just foundational tech for that kind of data-driven manufacturing. Now, on the other end, you look at Russia, for example. It had the lowest reported CAGR in Europe, around 15.7%.
15.679.
Yeah, so that contrast, it just highlights that even within Europe, you've got different priorities, different levels of readiness, maybe other economic factors impacting adoption rates.
Makes sense.
But look, other major players, UK, France, Italy, they're all showing really healthy KIARs, mostly in that 17 to 18% range. So it's broad-based adoption across the continent. Spain, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, even Luxembourg, all growing strongly.
Right, strong numbers pretty much across the board there. Okay, our journey continues. Let's head to Asia Pacific.
The growth engine.
Exactly. This region truly emerges as the global growth engine for the IO-Link Master market. Posted over $1.8 billion in 2021.
1.42 million.
Surged to nearly $3.7 billion in 2025.
3675.59 million.
And forecasted to hit an astounding $14.7 billion in 2033.
1467, 8.9 million. Expanding at what, 18.9%?
18.897%. The highest regional CAGR.
So what is driving this explosion?
Well, what's fascinating here, like you said, it's not just growing, it's actively leading the global charge, setting a new benchmark with the highest TAGR.
Yeah.
It clearly points to just a massive embrace of automation tech across these really diverse, rapidly developing economies. You often see huge greenfield investments, brand new factories being built.
Built smart from the ground up.
Exactly. Combined with aggressive government pushes for digital transformation, boosting efficiency in established industries, too. It's a powerful combination.
And within this powerhouse region, who are the big players pushing that growth?
Well, you really see the collective strength of China, India, and Southeast Asia. They connect the dots on why this region is so dominant globally.
Okay.
China, for instance, projected to soar past $4.2 billion by 2033.
429.358 million, with a really robust 19.1% CAGR. But India is the real standout.
You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. Projected to hit almost $2 billion by 2033, but from a much smaller starting point back in 2021.
1996.3 million from 24.65 million.
Exactly. And its CAGR, nearly 20%, 19.978%. It's the highest individual country growth rate we see anywhere in this report.
Incredible. What does that signal?
It signals rapid acceleration in its manufacturing capabilities, a clear focus on adopting advanced automation. Also, look at Southeast Asia as a whole subregion,
Right, SEA.
an impressive 19.5% AGR collectively. Singapore on its own, 19.4%. It shows this collective surge in industrial modernization across those emerging economies. Japan, South Korea, Taiwan also showing very strong conviction over 18%. Even Australia, solid at 17.5%.
Wow, that nearly 20% for India is just
Yeah.
something else. Okay, let's pivot now. South America,
Yeah.
a region showing really robust emerging growth. This market recorded nearly 388 million in 2021, increased to over 760 million by 2025,
761.4 million.
and projected to reach over 2.9 billion in 2033, boasting a very healthy 18.3% CAGR.
18.333%.
Yeah.
And, South America's key AGR being above the global average, that's highly significant.
Yeah.
It signals really substantial opportunities there, accelerated industrial modernization across the continent. It indicates they're rapidly adopting advanced automation, lots of countries investing heavily, upgrading infrastructure, manufacturing, trying to become more competitive globally.
Makes sense. And which countries are really setting the pace down there?
Well, Brazil, naturally, as the largest economy, it's a huge contributor, expected to reach over $1 billion by 2033.
1.1 billion almost.
Yeah, with an 18.2% CAGR. But look at Argentina. Its CAGR is particularly high, nearly 19%.
18.953%.
That definitely catches the eye. It points to a really fast accelerating market there, maybe specific government initiatives, or maybe industry-led pushes for automation, particularly in things like agriculture, food processing, areas where automation can give huge benefits.
Right.
Chile also shows strong growth, 18.6% CAGR. Colombia, Peru, rest of South America, all very solid, between 17.8% and 18.5%.
Good growth across the board there, too. Okay, our global tour continues. Middle East, another region showing significant market expansion.
Indeed.
The IO-Link master market here, valued over 323 million in 2021, rose to over 630 million in 2025.
631.8 million.
And forecasted to reach over 2.4 billion by 2033. That's at an 18.2% CAGR.
18.201%. Yeah, the Middle East's strong growth trajectory, right in line with the global average, it really reflects those broader economic diversification efforts happening across the region.
Moving beyond traditional industries.
Exactly. There's clear investment in smart infrastructure, advanced manufacturing capabilities, moving towards more knowledge-based, tech-advanced economies.
And who is at the forefront of that shift in the Middle East?
The UAE really stands out. It shows the strongest CAGR, over 19%.
19.046%.
Yeah, suggesting really rapid tech adoption in key sectors, probably driven by those ambitious national development plans, prioritizing smart tech, digitalization.
Right.
Saudi Arabia is also a major market, projected nearly 678 million by 2033, with an 18.3% CAGR. Reflects those massive investments, public and private, in new industrial zones, smart cities. Turkey is another strong performer, 18.6% CAGR, leveraging its manufacturing base. Qatar, Egypt, rest of Middle East also showing solid CAGRs between 17.4% and 17.9%.
Very consistent growth there. Okay, finally, let's explore the market in Africa. Significant emerging potential here.
Absolutely.
The market registered almost 265 million in 2021. Grew to over 535 million by 2025.
35.37 million.
And expected to reach nearly $2 billion in 2033.
1.957 billion, with a solid CAGR of 17.6%.
17.594%.
Yeah, and Africa's consistent growth, especially seeing it develop as an emerging market for this specific tech, that's particularly insightful, I think.
How so?
Well, it highlights the continent's ongoing industrialization, the increasing integration of advanced automation to boost efficiency, productivity across diverse activities, from mining to light manufacturing. It's a region investing in these foundational technologies for future growth.
Right, building that base. And where are we seeing the most momentum on the continent?
South Africa definitely demonstrates the strongest CAGR, 18.3%.
18.334%.
Reflecting its established industrial base, but also ongoing efforts to modernize manufacturing production facilities. It's positioning itself as a key player in Africa's adoption of IO-Link.
Okay.
Nigeria also shows robust growth, nearly 18% CAGR, driven by its large economy, diversification efforts. And the rest of Africa, collectively, still growing at nearly 17%.
So, okay, we've circled the globe. What does this all mean when we pull back, look at the whole picture? Can you kind of synthesize these powerful numbers for us?
Absolutely. And it synthesizes into, I think, a very clear message.
Okay.
The IO-Link master market is seeing truly extraordinary growth everywhere, across all major regions.
Yeah.
Globally, that CAGR nearing 18%. Like we said, that's incredibly robust for any tech market. We clearly see Asia-Pacific leading the charge.
Especially India, China, Southeast Asia.
Yeah. With some of the highest KGRs, driven largely by new industrial investments, digital transformation pushes.
Yeah.
Then you have North America and Europe. More mature markets, yes, but showing remarkably steady upward trends, strong growth, optimizing existing infrastructure, investing in advanced manufacturers.
Still very strong.
Very strong. And then South America, the Middle East, Africa, all demonstrating really robust emerging opportunities, often with KGRs above the global average, which is key.
Yeah.
They're investing heavily in industrialization diversification.
So this isn't just, another tech market growing. The IO-Link master market seems positioned as one of the fastest growing technology markets worldwide.
That's a fair assessment. It's a truly powerful story of global technological adoption.
Yeah.
And look, this understanding, it's really relevant for you, our listener, because it reflects these significant, undeniable shifts happening. Industrial automation, smart manufacturing, the wider Internet of Things.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. This is a clear indicator of where manufacturing and production are heading globally. It emphasizes that need for intelligent, connected devices to unlock efficiency, flexibility, data-driven decisions.
What an incredible deep dive. A market that maybe it doesn't always make the headlines, but clearly it's a powerhouse.
Absolutely.
The sheer scale, the consistency of this growth across continents, with regions like Asia-Pacific just blazing a trail, it really paints a picture of a global tech transformation happening right now.
It really does. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? Given this universal, aggressive growth across such diverse economies, what are the enduring advantages, structural or technological, that IO-Link Master offers? What makes it so indispensable now?
That's a great question.
And maybe, how might this sustained expansion keep impacting innovation in related areas, like edge computing or predictive maintenance?
Yeah.
Where does this lead next?
Exactly. Food for thought. These numbers are more than just stats. They're kind of a blueprint for understanding the future of industrial connectivity, the whole digital economy. Well, thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We really hope this knowledge helps you connect the dots in your own understanding of these huge global tech trends.